The Man at the Window. The night sky over Hollow Creek was a battlefield of light and shadow. A storm had rolled in with frightening force, lightning cracking the sky wide open, thunder rattling windows like war drums. Emily sat alone in her grandmother's countryside house. The power had gone out an hour earlier, and the only light came from her candle flickering in the living room. Each time lightning flashed, she saw the reflections in the tall window beside her. At first, it was harmless, a tree swaying, the rain hammering down, her own reflection trembling in the glass. But then, the flashes began to reveal something else. The first flash, nothing. The second flash, a faint outline, like a shadow standing just beyond the window. The third flash, a man's face pressed against the glass, pale and smiling, though the rain poured over him. Emily froze. Her heart slammed against her ribs. She wanted to scream, but thunder swallowed her voice. She grabbed her phone, dead battery. Another flash of lightning. The man was gone. Shaking, Emily convinced herself it was a trick of her imagination. Maybe the lightning, the glass, the storm playing tricks. But then she noticed the condensation on the window. A handprint slowly sliding down the glass as if he had just pulled away. Moments later, the storm howled louder, shaking the wooden wall.
The radio signal. In 1983, a truck driver named Robert was hauling cargo through a desolate mountain pass during one of the worst thunderstorms the region had seen in decades. Rain slashed across his windshield, wipers screeching in desperation, thunder booming across the cliffs. Robert switched on his CB radio to keep himself awake. Usually, there were other drivers chatting, but tonight, the storm had silenced everyone. Static filled the air. Then, faintly, through the crackle, he heard a voice. "Turn back, turn back, turn back before it finds you." Robert froze. The voice was metallic, hollow, distorted like an old recording. He pressed the button. "Breaker 19, anyone out there? Hello?" Static. Then again, the same warped voice. "Do not stop. It is behind you." Robert's hair bristled. He checked his mirrors. Nothing but rain and darkness. But unease sunk deep into his chest. He kept driving. 10 minutes later, lightning split the sky, illuminating something on the road ahead. For half a second, Robert saw a figure standing in the middle of the highway, a tall, skeletal shape, dripping wet, its head cocked unnaturally to the side. He slammed the brakes, but when the truck screeched to a stop, the road was empty. No figure. His hands shook as he grabbed the CB mic again. The House That Hummed. In a small town in northern Europe, there was an abandoned farmhouse known only as the Humming House. Locals said that during thunderstorms, you could hear the house humming as if it had swallowed electricity itself. One summer night, 4 university friends, Lena, Victor, Daniel, and Sophia, dared each other to enter the house during a thunderstorm. They thought it would be nothing more than a thrill, a spooky adventure. By midnight, the storm arrived. The 4 ran laughing through the rain, flashlights cutting into the darkness until they reached the sagging farmhouse. The front door hung open, groaning in the wind. Inside, the air smelled of damp wood and mold. The storm outside howled, but within the walls was something worse. A low, vibrating hum that seemed to seep from the very floorboards. At first, they thought it was the storm shaking the wires, but then the hum rose in pitch until it sounded almost like
A voice, whispering. Sophia gripped Lena's arm. "Do you hear that?" The hum thickened, turning into distinct words, though distorted. "One stays. The storm takes one." The friends laughed nervously, assuming it was a trick of the wind, but then the lights of their flashlights flickered out. One by one. Thunder exploded, shaking the walls. Lightning flashed through the broken windows, revealing something in the far corner of the room. It was a man-shaped shadow, but not solid, made of writhing strands of electricity, glowing veins of stormlight crawling across its body. Victor panicked and bolted for the door, but before he reached it, the lightning being crossed the room in an